guys. So I know that this is a bit odd, but I figured, hey, why not take the time to talk to somebody so passionate with what she does and talk to Mercedes Powers. So, Mercedes, how are you doing today? Take a few moments to talk about how you're doing, and then we'll get started with this whole entire interview. Okay? Great.
Hi, Emily. So to answer your question, I'm doing really good right now. I am kind of nervous about this school year because I'm not sure how it's going to go. But I've been trying to stay positive because last year I got into that mentality of it's this year, then the year after that, and then senior year, and then I have to be in a college. But this year I've got to start thinking more about my mentality of what do I want to do? Do I want to stay where I'm at, or do I want to move out, go to a university far away? But I kind of realized that I can't stay far away from my family for too long, and that's one of the things that I've noticed. So I've kind of been thinking about staying home and doing online university, but that's in the future. Right now I'm doing good, and hopefully this school year is actually going to be a great one.
Well, school starting up again might not be a good thing because it means that you won't have time to do stuff like this and, post and all this kind of stuff like last year. It's still important for you to get your education, so it makes sense why you're kind of sad about going back to school, but also optimistic. And the timing of this interview is actually great. But for your first question, I want to know, what do you think we can do moving forwards in order to become a more inclusive and unified society? Because I've heard some rumors going around that when you become the legal age to become president, you might start your own presidential campaign. If that happens, just know I'm voting Mercedes Powers in the future president of the United States. And if we're not an inclusive society, you might be the first woman. How does that feel?
What I believe we can do in order to become a more unified society is this. So stop looking at what everybody has that's different from you. Alright? If you're a man, you're a woman, don't look at that. The difference between man and woman, don't look at that unless it's absolutely important. Gay, straight, don't focus on that. Focus on what makes you, what you have in common with a person. Let's say that you're into gaming or streaming shows on Netflix and talking about them. Look at that. You like Marvel, look at that. Comics, that. Just focus on the things they have in common with other people instead of what makes you different from them. Now, as for the president thing, well, I have been thinking a bit about running for president. It's not something that I currently want to aspire for because I still have other things that I want to do, and I just don't think that being a president is a priority of mine at the moment.
So I heard that they're going to be implementing a clear backpack policy at the school district that you attend. So I just wanted to know, what are your thoughts on the policy? Do you think it will do more good or more bad? Because I personally don't think that it's going to do good, but I want to hear your thoughts on it.
I like to use this phrase whenever there's something that's bothering me, I need to stop the worry. And I think what we need to do about clear backpacks is stop the fear. Stop the fear about our kids being safe in schools. Stop the fear. All right, repeat after me. Stop the fear. Because clear backpacks are only a thing that has come out of paranoia about whether or not our kids are truly safe. And all of this started after Parkland, Valentine's Day 2018, Parkland High School shooting. They tried to put clear backpacks. It didn't work. This year they tried again. It hasn't worked. Why? Because people are smart and people know that clear backpacks are just a paranoia thing. So that's why we need to stop the fear. At some point, all of the schools are going to see what they've done wrong. Currently, a bunch of parents and a bunch of teachers are weak to their knees because they are scared of what will happen tomorrow. Tomorrow, another school shooting could happen. Tomorrow, another violent event could happen. But we have to stop this. Clear backpacks are not the solution. At my school district, all of the high schools with sports are getting athletic centers. Those athletic centers are costing millions of dollars. Currently, it's coming out of our pockets. That money could be used for metal detectors, not athletics. Athletics already get way too much attention anyways. Margaret Stoneman Douglas, they tried to put in clear backpacks. You know what the students did? They rebelled. They said no, and it didn't work. What about Broward County? The parents voted no. They pushed back. It's not happening. Stop this. Stop this madness. This insanity. Sorry, I'm just so sorry about going on about clear backpacks. You know what? Let's just move on to the next question, because if we don't, I'm going to go on this hours-long tangent about clear backpacks, and if people really want to know how I feel, they should just check my opinion piece, which will be in the description down below.
Okay, so the next question that I want to ask is, what do you like to do in your spare time? Because we all have our own hobbies and our passions, and I just want to know what you like to do. I also want to know, are you going to continue pursuing your YouTube channel? Are you going to keep posting or not? Because you haven't been posting original content in quite a while, so I feel like that's just a necessary question to know first.
So in my spare time, I like to watch shows on Disney Plus, old shows that were on Disney Channel, or stream movies. I also go on Netflix and find the funniest things in Spanish, because Netflix has a lot of good content in Spanish. Another thing that I like to do is constantly find Twitch streams to my favorite TV channels in Mexico. I also like to spend time with my family, eat dinners with my family, constantly stay away from our family dog Lucky because I don't really like dogs. What else? Making videos, talking to my friends on Discord, playing games. I recently tried Rec Room, and it's actually not that fun of a game. After a while, it gets kind of But yeah, that's all I do. Now, I don't do it all at the same time. Or do I? That's a question you need to start asking yourself.
Another thing that we all want to know is, are you currently in any relationships? Because last we heard, there was a rumor going around that you were in love with a certain person that constantly appears on your page. That being Rashida Lai. Now, last you said, you explained that you two are nothing more than good friends, but I just want to know, are you in a relationship with anybody at the moment? And if so, would that person be willing to make content with you?
Well, I currently am not in a relationship, and I never have been in a relationship with Rashida Lai, but I am currently in love with someone. That person just doesn't know I love them back, because if he did, he would freak out and he would say, I don't like you like that. So, yeah, kind of just been moving on very slowly, Moving on takes time, but yeah, I'm not in a relationship, and I probably won't be for quite some time.
So, we all have our own favorite type of people, but you know what else we have? Our own favorite type of pet. So I want to know, are you more of a dog person or a cat person?
Considering the fact that I've already had 3 dogs before, this may come as a shock to you, but I'm actually more of a cat person. Lucky is currently our 3rd dog. Minnie and Hershey's died around 2019 or 2018. Not really sure because my memory's a bit fuzzy, but the point is, I'm more of a cat person because I think that cats are sophisticated and like royalty. Unfortunately, I don't think I would ever actually own a dog or a cat just because pets are a lot of work and it takes a lot of work to take care of yourself too. So, that's personally why I would probably never own a cat or a dog, but I do think that they're visually pleasing. Some dogs are visually pleasing to look at, and all cats are visually pleasing to look at. And don't get me started on the funny cat videos. Those will always be implanted into my brain.
I think the most important question that we need to ask here is, are you a celebrity? Because you post about your life like you were famous. You have friends, you have family. You have anything you could possibly want. So we all have to know, are you a celebrity? And if so, what kind of celebrity are you?
Unfortunately, I do have some bad news for you, and that is that I'm not a celebrity, nor have I ever wanted to be a celebrity. Actually, that's a lie. I have wanted to be a celebrity before. I just never got the chance to. I wish I could be a celebrity, but I'm not. So that's why I post about my life, as if though I were famous. Because I've heard that if you pretend to be famous, at some point you do become famous. Now, if I were a celebrity, I think I would probably either be a B-list or C-list celebrity, because I would be that kind of person that is known for one thing and then isn't really known for anything else. Kind of like Justin Bieber. He was popular when we were all in elementary school. But now he's just washed up and sad.
Okay, so the last thing that I want to ask before we finish the interview is, what's one piece of advice you can give to someone? Now, this advice can be any type of advice. Inspiration, a quote, tips, anything that you could give to anybody so that way they can achieve their dreams.
So, in order for you to be successful, there's 3 pieces of advice that I can give you. 3 pieces, right? The first piece is always have dreams and never stop dreaming, because at some point those dreams will become a reality. The second piece of advice I can give you is this. The person creates what others can merely dream. What that means is, if you don't put in the time or the effort, your dream will not be a reality. So you have to listen to that phrase in order for the first phrase to work. You have to put in time and effort in order to make your dreams a reality. The third piece of advice I can give you, and this is if you're going into social media or, becoming famous, is just be yourself. Because even if not a lot of people like you, you have to have fun online. And that means you have to be yourself and see what works and what doesn't.